What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Rolling Quartz. Yes, indeed, Rolling Quartz fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bibbidi-bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Charles B, and this is actually one of Charles B's 3 prioritized requests for the month of May for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Charles. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Charles wanted to see me react to this song by Rolling Quartz called Victory.
Smells like victory.
Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second. Yeah, I recognize this song. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. As always, Charles has provided a little bit of an intro here, so let me read it to y'all. Last month, you reacted to Rolling Quartz's Stand Up, which was a pre-release single of their sophomore album, the EP called Victory. As you can see from the name of both the EP and this track, Victory, this EP's title track. This was released on June 18th, 2024, the very day before the EP's official release. Boy, talk about cutting it close. While the last song you heard, Stand Up, had the lyrics co-written by Irie, who is the redheaded and always smiling lead guitarist, and all the members had a hand in arranging it, the composition was done by their frequent music producer, I hope I don't butcher this name too badly, Han Swang-ho. This time on Victory, Han Swang-ho took a back seat from composing to help all the members who were, again, sharing arranging duties, while lead singer Ja Young, I guess is the name there, was not only the sole writer for the lyrics on Victory, but also composed the track all by herself. So this song, the lyrics and the instrumentation was all written by the lead singer. Okay, no problem there. Let's see, this was posted by Rolling Quartz Official, no surprise there. And the video has 577,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? 'Cause here we go. All right, here we go. MV, music video, got it. Victory by Rolling Quartz. Hashtag K-Rock, hashtag girl band. Sure, why not? For all those hashtaggers out there. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Logging into system.
I like that swelling.
Everyone wants fantasies 그속에 없나 한계를 뛰어넘어 난 모든 걸 증명해냈지 나도 잘 몰라 How are you feeling right now? Breathe it out, see the bubble, take out the gas and get some non-stop. Over the line, let's spread it up now. 3, 2, 1. Down, down, down. Hit it and go up. Are you ready now? It's time to get up. Hit it and go up. Are you ready now? Victory's always mine.
I like that kick into the double time feel there. I like that kick into the double time halfway through the chorus. It's nice. It's a little abrupt, it's a little jarring, but not in an unpleasant way. It's just enough to make you kind of do a double take and go, wait, what just happened there? You know, it's smart. It's really smart. It allows the musicians to be able to grab the listener again mid-phrase. I think it's smart. I really do. I dig that. Feels good too. It didn't feel misplaced or misguided. It definitely fit. Just not all what you typically expect from your typical chorus. From what I remember in the notes from the intro, the lead singer composed the lyrics and composed the instrumentation for this. Maybe they ought to think about having her do it all from now on. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. I'm sure the guy that was handling their composition before, I'm sure he did a fine job on every track he wrote. But man, I'm sorry, but I don't think he's really needed anymore. I don't. I think they're very capable of writing their own songs, especially if they're anything like this. Be curious to see what the guitarists could come up with. And the bassist as well. And for that matter, why not throw the drummer in the mix too? No, this is nice. I'm digging this. I love that whole intro. Before the lyrics kicked in, that entire intro, man, that was good. I liked that a lot. I contemplated stopping and starting and going back and listening to it again, but I don't want to hold you guys up, so I'll do that on my own time. But that intro was sweet, man. It was absolutely sweet. Let's keep going. Let's get back into this. Good harmonies.
Let's spread it up now. How are you feeling right now?
Quartz. Back to that double time again. Dodo. I like that. Those accents. God, those accents are nice. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I've pretty much got everything in line with what I want to say, but I'm not Maybe I do need a little more time to think about it. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Rolling Quartz with Victory. This was a request from Charles B. And this was actually one of Charles B's 3 prioritized requests for the month of May for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Charles. Hope you enjoyed the show. I thought about it. I really had to think about this because I was thinking back to my last reaction I did to Rolling Quartz was Stand Up, and I was like, there's a comparison here. There really is, especially considering the fact that they both came off the same EP. So I was like, there's got to be some sort of a. I don't want to say I'm going to be looking for consistency, but in a way that ended up happening. You'll see what I mean. I promise you'll see what I mean by that. Okay, let's get to the score. I hope the score makes sense. It makes sense to me, okay? I don't know if what I say may actually match up in everybody's heads with what the score is going to be as compared to what I'm going to say about it. But in my mind, it absolutely makes perfect sense. So let's see if everybody's on the same page as me or not. Let's start off with the score, and we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give this song a 7.8. Yep, 7.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.8. What does that mean? Well, a 7.8 would translate to a really good skill rating, so overall, I think this is a really good song. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. So there you go, 7.8, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. There were a number of factors working for this song. Number one, the feel and the groove of the song. Very straight ahead, very backbeat 2 and 4 feel. That's a great feel to establish that drive and that energy that you're looking for in a song like this. So great job to the drummer, first of all, for coming up with that. Or maybe it was the lead vocalist. I mean, Charles did say in the notes that the lead vocalist was responsible for everything. Like, she took care of the instrumentation composition, the lyrics, the whole shebang. So that might have been her call. I mean, I don't know, but whoever did it, smart move. The usage of accents, or to be a little more detailed, the controlled usage of accents, not overusing them. Listen, I'm a bass player. I love accents. I love it when bands throw those accents in and the syncopated and the drums and the bass and the guitar, don't, stuff like that. I love that. I absolutely do. But there have been a number of bands and a number of songs who rely on accents way too much, and everything else kind of falls through the floorboards. You know what I mean? We've had a number of these bands on the channel. I've heard a number of songs that have been good, don't get me wrong, and they're nice, and they have great accent usage, but that's really all they had going for them were those accents. I mean, don't get me wrong, the accents were done well, they were powerful, they definitely grabbed your attention, but as far as the meat and potatoes of the song, there was really nothing there. I mean, the groove was solid, sure, chordal progression was solid, sure, but the only thing that really, got my attention were the accents. And it's a shame when you have a lot of those songs that have that happen in them, because there's so much potential in what's happening musically with that song that it's kind of a shame. Now, let's look at this song. The exact opposite, okay? Nice song, chordal progression made perfect sense, and it sounded good. It sounded full. One of the things that I really enjoyed about this song was the intro, okay? The introduction that kicked the song off. It did exactly what an introduction should do. It pre-framed the listener for what was going to happen through the rest of the song. And I can absolutely appreciate it. We had that heavy fullness that I look for in songs of this style with this kind of a feel. The meat and potatoes were all there within the first 30 seconds. I mean, we saw exactly where the song was going to go. We felt exactly where it was going to go. And when we got there, it was shown to us that, yeah, the intro absolutely delivered on its promise. So that's very smart usage of an intro. I like that. There was really nothing, there were no stones unturned. And let's just put it that way. As far as the accent usage, like I alluded to earlier, they were there, but they weren't overly used. It wasn't like, you know, every phrase relied on those accents to carry the song forward. No, the song was carried forward with the feel in the groove, with the chordal progression, the melodic lines happening in the vocals. Love the usage of the sporadic harmonies. I know. They're Pro Tooled. I get that. I understand that. But they were still there, and they still sound good. And as we say in the music industry, in the recording industry especially, nobody is going to harmonize with you like you. Okay? When it comes to doing vocal harmonies, you are going to blend with your own voice better than anybody else ever will. There are extremely rare exceptions to that rule. Extremely. One of the biggest examples I can give, it's not a band I like to reference, but I'm going to reference them anyway. John Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora, their voices really blended well, and a lot of people will say that the two of them singing together sounds better than when John harmonizes himself. And I have a tendency to agree with that. I do. I think those two voices were absolutely made for each other. But 99.99999% of the time, no one's going to harmonize with you better than you. So I'm sure the lead vocalist had her voice, you know, copied and pasted, and then, you know, pitch corrected to make sure we get the right note. It's a very common practice in recording. It's nothing unusual, something new. They've been doing overdubbing since old Les Paul, you know, back in the 50s. I mean, they've been doing overdubbing for forever. It's just now with Pro Tools, it's super simple. It can be done literally in less than 2 minutes. But the usage of the harmonies I thought were smart. They were sporadic. They weren't overly used, and they were done in very good taste. Same thing with the usage of the accents. I cannot say enough about those accents. The sporadic usage, not relying on any given pattern, not repetitious, and for God's sakes, not overly used. As far as musicianship, everybody sounded fine across the board. Everybody sounded really good. There was nothing, I'm going to say this, there was nothing I found in this song that I would classify as impressive. Everything about the song sounded really good. I mean, really good. I will absolutely be putting this song on playlists without question. I absolutely enjoyed the song. I don't know if I enjoyed this more than Stand Up. I think Stand Up may still be my favorite song from Rolling Quartz. That's going to be a tough song to beat. But this song, if I'm being honest, this is a close second. In closing, I'm gonna say this, and I may trigger some people when I say this, but quite frankly, I don't care. Their music producer, Han Sung-oh, I got what that's or Han Sung-oh, he really needs to take a step back. I'm sorry, but he does. If this is the type of song that these ladies are capable of writing on their own, then damn it, let them write. You know, I know a lot of people, especially in the world of quote-unquote pop culture music, and I know the whole thing with Korea, you know, it's, you know, they're not really big on hard rock and everything. You know what? I'm sorry. If this is the type of song that these ladies are capable of writing, let them write it. Yes, music producer, do your job and guide them. Yes, guide them. Show them the door. Hell, you can open the door for them, but don't push them through the door. Let them make those choices. If they don't want to walk through that door, then don't force it. Let them find their own door, like they did here. I like this. I really do. And I think part of it is it comes along with maturity You know, they did their first album to kind of appease the music masses of South Korea, you know, and, you know, kind of, you know, we're gonna kind of try to bridge the gap. And now with the second album, they're saying, forget the gap. We're gonna go our own way now. We wrote the first album, we brought the people in. Now we're gonna do what we really want to do. And that happens a lot of times with bands. They'll write a first album to kind of quote unquote appease the masses. And then the second album comes out and you really start to see what the band really wants to do. Great example, look at Dream Theater, the very first album. Not When Dream and Day Unite. That we don't really count that album. I'm talking about Images and Words. You listen to Images and Words, it's very commercial sounding, right? Especially in the production. Then you get to Awake, and it's edgier, it's grittier, it's darker, it's heavier. And you could really see where Dream Theater was going to go after that. Because let's be honest, the first album, there were some songs in there that were kind of bubblegum fluff. If you know the songs I'm talking about, which I'm sure if you're a Dream Theater fan, I'm sure you know exactly the songs I'm talking about on that album. But then you get to Awake, and it's different. It is such a different album. And it was their quote-unquote sophomore album. Same thing here. This is their second attempt. This is their second outing with an album. I'm starting to think we can actually see where the band wants to go. Not necessarily where the record executives want them to go. I mean, granted, record executives do have the final say since they signed their lives away, but at the same time, you know, the ladies are going to have much more of a say, especially now that they're writing their own songs. So we're starting to see now what they really want to go. And I'm all in favor of that, man. I am all in favor of that. And I'm going to jump on that train. I'm going to join them for the ride. So let's see where this goes. I'm really curious to see how they continue to grow from here. But I dug this song. It's going on playlists. Don't know if I feel comfortable saying it's my new favorite. I think Stand Up is still my favorite from them. But this is up there, way up there in my own personal tastes. But yeah, it's a really good song. I dug it, and that's why I'm giving it the 7.8. I feel good with that score. And that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.8, which is a really good scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then, by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.